Hello everyone, hope everyone's doing great. I have a brand new video called Lighthouse, and by the time you see this video, the video will be out. And okay, the last video I made was called When the Rain Hits the Dirt, before Lighthouse, and I filmed that one on an iPhone 8. That was back in May, and then so I wrote a new song over the summer and made the video, just finished it, and I filmed it on an iPhone XR, so I was like, might as well make a video where I compare the two. You know, I know people like to see these kind of things to, if they want to go down that path and make a video with an iPhone. And I'll tell you, I've made quite a bit of videos with the iPhone, going all the way back to the iPhone 4. I've made a couple with the 6. I made some with the 8, and now the XR. I don't own an XR, but so just to get on with it, I was looking at the pictures in the video that the iPhone takes, the XR, and since it's been out, I've been impressed with how clear it looks and how sharp the image is. It looks a lot sharper than the 8. So like, well, if I can borrow it and shoot a video, might as well upgrade a little bit. I've heard the new iPhone 11 is fantastic, but I didn't have anybody to borrow it from, so I had the XR right within my grasp, so I went with it. So, first things first, comparing the two videos. So the beach setting on the new video, Lighthouse, it's kind of hard to beat the beach setting because it's just beautiful to begin with. It doesn't matter if you film on an old 8mm or an old those old videos that you would put video cameras where you would put a VHS inside. It doesn't matter what you use. I mean, the beach is always going to look beautiful. So, when you're looking at the video, like the way you're seeing it right now, and just to remind you, you are looking at two videos within a video, so obviously that's gonna bring the quality down just a little bit. If you want to see the videos in their full quality or in their YouTube quality, click on the description and you'll find both videos. The new video will be on top. So anyways, when you watch the video on the phone or a tablet, the XR looks very clear, very crisp, exactly what I thought the phone would give the video. Now the 8 doesn't look too bad either. It looks pretty smooth. It's when you put the videos on a big screen, like on a big desktop or a big TV, that I start noticing that the XR isn't quite as sharp as I thought it would be. And there's really no excuses here. Like, I'm shooting outside in bright lighting. When the rain hits the dirt, the iPhone 8 video, the shots that you're seeing right now where I'm walking on the path, that was kind of like a thunderstorm kind of day. It was a lot of gray clouds, and it was about to. In fact, it's kind of drizzling at some points, but you can't really tell. Real light, misty kind of rain. So yeah, that obviously made slightly different than the top video, the Lighthouse, where it's completely sunny. But the shots where I have my base on the iPhone 8 video were very sunny as well. So there's really no excuses. Like, very, very similar setting. Like right there where I'm wearing the yellow sweater, it's very sunny. It's a super hot day. So it's a perfect time to compare the two, really. And from what I'm seeing, when you throw the two videos on a big screen, I'm really noticing that the 8 looks really smooth. It's not quite as clear, not quite as like HD, but it looks nice. It's almost like got a slightly more cinematic look to it, while the XR does have more of like a sharpness. But you know what? It kind of reminds me of like when you get a photo that doesn't look that good and you throw it to like a little, editor and put a bunch of sharpness on it, like on Instagram. It looks good from the phone, but when you look, you like zoom in, it's like, oh, okay, well, I see what he did. That sort of thing. I'm happy with both videos, but you can see right here, like, kind of what I'm talking about. I'm happy with both videos. And just to go a little bit out of the tech side, because I'm not really tech savvy, but I just kind of go along and I try to learn as I go along, and I think I get better because I've done it so many times at this point. An interesting point would be to go back to my first iPhone video, and I'm gonna link it. It's gonna be the third link underneath these two songs. I'm gonna link the iPhone 4 video. It's a song called Under the Same Sky, and it's quite surprising to see that the iPhone 4, like, it matches up pretty well, to be honest with you. Now, clarity and sharpness, it's not the only thing. There's also how stable is the camera, and you'll notice on the Under the Same Sky video that, it's sometimes it looks like you're looking at one of those like crazy mirrors that kind of stretches you out. Like you'll see something like that where it's just not that stable. So yeah, there's that. But it looks pretty clear, to be honest with you. Like it hasn't really got that much more clear, to be honest with you, over the years. Now I haven't checked out the 11. I'm sure that's a little bit better. But yeah, it's kind of surprising to me, to be honest. And yeah, I'm happy with both videos, but you can see the difference. Like I really believe that when you watch this, you'll see the difference. Like the 8 is really smooth, and a part of me is like, well, I wonder what it would have looked like if I had done it with the 8. But nevertheless, most people do view videos on their phones, on their tablets. So it's like, the XR does look more crisp and a little bit more high quality when you view it like that. So, I suppose there's plus and minuses to both videos. And it's all about the music in the end. I try to write the best songs possible. And when I write the songs, I'm always thinking of the kind of like the vision that I want to use if I plan to make a music video for it. And that's kind of what I want to end off here. Like I talked about, what I think in terms of like the video quality. And you can make your own decision and leave a comment if you want. But when it comes to like tips, I kind of wanted to just say quick little tips on making iPhone videos. And I say, go for it. If you really want to, go for it. Don't let anybody like talk you down on that and say like, hey, save your money and go get it professionally done. Like you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's definitely a lot of benefits to that. People will share your video a little bit more right off the bat, even if they don't know you, because it looks high quality. So, I'm not delusional there. There's a big difference. You're never going to get an iPhone or an Android or, to look like someone who does it for a living, it's a big difference. One of the big differences is you can shoot on something professional. A professional can shoot and it can be on 480 or 720 or even lower than that, 240 or whatever those settings are on YouTube, and it's gonna crush them down. But at the same time, you can tell it's professional, even on 480, even on 240. Whereas if you're filming on iPhone or Android, you need that setting to be on 1080 or 720 at least to show what the iPhone can do. That's kind of the difference there, and the lighting has to be good, or else it really gets blown out with like grain and noise. The other thing is, no matter how good you get it, the iPhone, you have to make sure that those export settings are perfect, that your original export is clear as possible, because when you get that to YouTube, it's gonna crush it. It's gonna it's gonna compress it, and you're gonna see like little noise here and there. That's the case with even professional videos, but so it's you'll see that grain all over the place, even on big videos. But yeah, you have to just kind of let that slide. Once you make the decision to do it, go for it, finish your product, and release it. And go forward. Because that's what I do. That I try not to overthink it. I want to make a video. I want to make a song. I make the decision of doing it, and I do it, and I release it, and I move on. I do with the best I can do, and then go forward. And by the time I get used to seeing it, and people that see it get used to it, and it becomes a product. And I stand by it. So if you want to make one on a video like that, you want to make a video with like an iPhone, go for it if you really want to. Like, don't let people talk you down if you really want to do it, because it's there's no real path to success. There's no real like you make your own reality, to be honest. So if you want to do it, go for it. Let's see what else. The tips to me would just be really quickly, just it's lighting. I shoot most of my videos with the iPhone outside, so that helps. The other thing is vision, knowing kind of what you want to do. Don't do it on the spot. Practice your moves. Practice, where you want to do it at. Like, make sure make sure you know the angles you want to do before you get there. You even have to write it down. That makes a big difference. And in the end, your means, like, can you do this? Can you do that? Say you're a band, you want to shoot a video on your iPhone, and you're like, well, I want 100 people to show up and, jump around to our music. Maybe that's not possible. Try to figure out what's possible and do that as best as you can. The cool thing about the iPhone is, like, it's right there with you. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You don't have to, like, worry about things getting canceled, or you don't have to shell out $1,000. We live in a time where, like, do people even watch videos that much? Obviously, if you look at YouTube, you're going to see the amount of views that people get. So, obviously, yes, people do watch them. But I think my point is more like, do people really, really watch music videos? Like, it's more of like a branding sort of thing, you know? You'll see it pass by on Facebook. You'll see a video, you may like it, but will you ever really watch it again and again? You know what I mean? Like, it's branding. Like, it's so different than it used to be. Like, the top videos are still like $1 million videos, and they still look amazing, you know. And it's a lot easier for smaller bands and artists to get really good looking videos. But at the end of the day, I've seen bands record amazing looking music videos that have, you know, 1,000 views or 200 views, and never do anything for them because all the other parts didn't come together, you know. Then I've seen bands shoot on, you know, an iPhone, and it does amazing for them. So it's like, it just depends. So if you're second guessing yourself and you don't want to do it for like what other people think, I'd say just get over it and do it, you know, or save your money and do it the other way. Just do what you want to do. Anyways, those are my 3 tips. Like, make sure you know what you're doing, that you can do it, have a vision, and make sure you got some good lighting. It helps. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. A little longer than I wanted it to be. Check out the videos in the description. Let me know what you think about it's actually surprising to me. The iPhone 8 looks a lot better than, it held up a lot better than I thought it would to the XR. But anyways, I'm very happy with the new video. New song called Lighthouse. I think that's it. Until next time, rock on.